We'll see the next embedded systems, that is automotive embedded systems. So here we are using embedded systems for automobile sector. Generally, it is built around digital signal processors, application-specific instruction set processors like Atmel. This I had discussed in the third modules. So this embedded systems are widely used in automotive sectors, and Atmel company is the one which is widely used. Atmel company's products are widely used. And there are general purpose processors, controllers, system on chips, programmable logic devices, or application specific integrated standard products, or a combination of this. So automotive embedded systems, they can make use of they may use digital signal processors, or they can make use of general purposes controllers, or they may use system on chips, programmable logic devices, or application specific integrated products. Means they can choose one or two, or they can have all the combinations, or they can have their own set of combinations depending upon the manufacturing of automobiles. So it could be cars, it could be two wheelers, or other vehicles. Now let us see the next point. Automobile embedded control units are generally known as electronic control units. So they're called as electronic control units. So now we will see into the next topic. The presence of ECUs vary from simple mirror control units to complex airbag deployment and anti-lock braking systems. So you can think of this. All of you would have traveled by car, and there is mirror controlling, airbag deployments, and anti-lock braking systems. And for all these things behind, there are embedded systems. You can think. Then, the number of embedded controllers in an ordinary vehicles vary from 20 to 40. So, minimum there will be 20 to 40, whereas luxury vehicles may contain hundreds of embedded control units. We can think. The first embedded system used in automotive application was the microprocessor-based fuel injection system introduced by uh, Volkswagen 1600 in 1968. So you can think the first embedded system was used in automobiles in 1968. And which company? Volkswagen. So all of you know this company. It's a famous company. So now let's see what and all sectors the embedded controllers are used. You can see here the instrumentation, the engine control. Behind there is an embedded system, fan controls, fuel injection control, headlamp control. So behind that there will be embedded systems. Then automatic braking system. Then wiper controls. Here suspension controls. Um, then centralized locking systems. Behind that there is embedded systems. Power windows, mirror controls. You can see seat control and airbag controls, power steering, air conditioner. So behind all these things, there are embedded systems. So you can imagine the usage of embedded systems in the automobile sectors. Let's go to the next slide. So if you see the automotive embedded systems, there are two categories of control units. Let us see. One is high-speed electronic control units, and the other one is low-speed electronic control units. What is this high-speed electronic control units? Now, we know there are embedded systems used. Again, we are categorizing into two categories, high-speed and low-speed. High-speed electronic control units are deployed in critical control units. So one thing you have to keep in mind. So they are widely used in critical control units, which requires fast response, means the criticality is more, like fuel injection system, anti-lock braking system. So all these are critical parts of the automobiles. Engine control, electronic throttle, steering controls, transmission control units, and central control units. So for all these things, we make use of high-speed electronic control units. Means the components used for these things are of very high standards, and it has to respond it quickly. So only such components will be chosen for developing these systems. Now let us go to the next one, low speed electronic control units. Somewhere there is no criticality and to some extent we can compromise. Like they are deployed in applications where time is not so critical. They are built around low cost microprocessors. If they are low cost, if they are uh, in this case, they make use of low-cost microcontrollers and digital signal processors, where the criticality is not much. Let's see. So what are they? Examples for low-cost controllers? Audio controllers. Yes, if there is no criticality in that, we can wait. Even if there's a delay, we can wait. Passenger and driver door locks. Okay, even this may be critical in some cases, but still, uh, not thinking of emergency all the time. Driver door locks, door glass controllers means scrolling the glass up and down. Wiper controls, yes, there could be delay, not an issue. Mirror controls, seat control system, headlamp, tail lamp controls, sunroof control units, wherein here the criticalities are not much. So for such cases, we are making use of low-cost embedded controller units. Now, let us go to the automotive communication bus. So when we are telling that there are embedded systems used here, then definitely they have to be connected. The components has to be connected. And for that, we have buses. All of you know what is bus. Now for this also, we are making use of buses to connect the different parts. So again, there are different categories of buses. Let us see the first one. Controller area network. Originally, it was proposed by Robert Bosch, pioneers in the automotive embedded solution provider. So it was first proposed by Robert Bosch. It supports a medium speed and high speed data transfer. So controller area network is one such bus which mainly supports a medium speed where the data rates are up to 125 kbps and high speed and the data rates are up to 1 mbps. Now let's see further points. So CAN, that is Communication Area Network, and it is an event-driven protocol interface with support for error handling in data transmission. They are widely used in case of event-driven. Whenever there are any events happening and there is some issue, it has to handle that. For such kind of situations, this interfaces are used. Bus is also an interface. Now, they're generally employed in safety systems like, so where and all we make use of these buses, airbag control, powertrain systems like engine control, and anti-lock braking systems, and navigation systems like GPS. So for these things, we make use of this buses. This particular communication network bus, we make use for these applications, these parts of the automobiles. Now, let's see the next one. That is the local interconnect network. It is a single master multiple slave communication interface. So there is one master and there can be slave nodes up to 16. Again, this is also you're trying to connect different parts of the embedded system. So this particular system, local interconnect network, we make use wherein there is one master and multiple slave nodes. And it is low speed single wire communication interface with support data rates up to 20 kbps. So it is a very low speed and widely used with data rates up to 20 kbps. So the data rate is also very less. And it is used for sensors and actuator interfacing. So this kind of buses we are making use to connect the sensors and actuators to the embedded system. You have an embedded board, you want to connect sensor, you want to connect actuator. For that you make use of LIN. Let's go to the next point. It follows a master communication triggering technique to eliminate the possible bus arbitration problem that can occur by the simultaneous talking of different slave nodes connected to a single interface bus. So as I said earlier, it is a master slave architecture. So it is always better to make master initiating all the tasks, because as there are many slaves and there is a single interface, there will be clashes among the slaves. So whenever they are connecting any sensors or actuators via this particular bus, then there will be one master monitoring all the slave nodes connected to that. So the master will be initiating all the communication. That it follows that particular architecture, master slave architecture. And a LIN bus is employed in applications like, so it is not used in critical applications. So some of the applications like mirror controls, fan controls, seat positioning controls, window controls, where response time is not critical issue. For these things, we make use of LIN bus. So this particular bus is sufficient to manage all these kind of applications in the automobiles. Let's see the next type, media-oriented system transport bus. So name itself tells it is media. So here I'm actually pointing out the automotive audio-video equipment interface. So all of you know the audio-video systems in the cars. So for that we are making use of MOST bus. So what is this? It is a multimedia fiber optic point-to-point network implemented in a star ring or daisy chain topology over optical fiber cable. So it does supports CD, pen drive, it does supports radio. So to connect all of them, we make use of point-to-point network implemented in a star ring or daisy chain topology or optical fiber cables. So we'll see the next one. And this bus specifications, it defines the physical, electrical, optical parameters layer, as well as the application layer, network layer, and the medium access layer. So all of you have come across these layers already. So it does works with physical layer as well, the actual connections, and it also works with application layer, network layer, and the medium access control layer. So all these layers of network protocols are used by the MOST bus. And the MOST bus is an optical fiber cable connected between the electrical optical converter and optical electrical converter, which would translate into the optic cable MOST bus. So definitely the different components, whatever you are connecting, audio systems, video systems, they are connected to this bus. So they make use of these two converters. One is electrical optical converter and the other one is optical electrical converter for better transmission and communication. So for these things, we make use of MOST buses. So these are some of the buses that are used in automobile systems.